Hello, welcome to Miragebooks support. In this video, we'll guide you through the process of creating sales invoices. A sales invoice is an official document that tracks the total cash flow going into your business. It also serves to inform your customer of the goods or services they purchased and the total amount they owe. To maintain accurate financial records, it's important that a sales invoice is created and recorded whenever sales are made. Miragebooks simplifies invoice creation, ensures compliance with the uaeaccounting regulations, also makes it easy for you to track your income and accounts receivable. To create a sales invoice, go to the home page and tap the plus button. An action sheet will appear. The bottom two options are for sales invoices, one for taxable items and the other for non-taxable items. So let's begin with taxable items. Tap the third option, then start to fill in details on the form. Click on Date column, select the invoice date from the calendar, then click OK. Enter your client's company name in the For Who or Where field. Then type in the invoice number in the invoice number column. Next, select an account category. Miragebooks provides a list of commonly used accounts for your convenience. If you don't find what you need from the list, you can always manually enter the correct account. To add an item to this sales invoice, tap the plus button here. Enter the description of the item sold in the description column. Under it, the account is auto-captured from the previous page, so you don't need to change anything unless necessary. Next, fill in the quantity and the unit price. The amount will calculate automatically. If the amount already includes value-added tax, slide the toggle to the right to indicate tax is included. Otherwise, leave the toggle as it is. Next, input the value-added tax. In the UAE, the standard VAT rate is 5%. If that applies, tap on the 5% button, and the tax amount will autofill. However, if your tax rate is different, you can manually enter the specific tax amount. Save your input by clicking the Save button. You will return to the previous page, and you'll see the line item has been successfully added. The tax and total amount columns are also filled automatically. Below the total amount, you'll find an Attach File button for you to upload documents related to this sale. If this transaction was done in foreign currency, tap Foreign Currency button. Enter the desired currency name and click the magnifying glass to populate the real-time currency rate. You can also manually adjust the rate if necessary. Once completed, tap the check button at the upper right corner to save your input. If you want to add more relevant details for this transaction, tap on Optional Fields button. If you're offering a discount on this sale, input the discount amount in the designated field. If you have received the payment from your client, slide the toggle to the right to indicate it's paid. Then, in the Paid into Bank Account column, specify the bank account that received this payment. If your client has not made payment yet, leave the toggle as it is, and choose a payment due date for this sale. Lastly, if this is a recurring transaction, you can select the transaction frequency from the drop-down list. When you're finished, simply tap the check button in the upper right corner to save your input. To save the form, click the Save button. An action sheet will appear. If you need to send a copy of the invoice to your client, click Print Invoice. Miragebooks will generate a professional invoice fully compliant with the UAE tax regulations. Click on the arrow in the upper right corner to share the invoice with your client or any other recipients. Congratulations! You have successfully created a sales invoice for taxable items. Next, let's explore how to create a sales invoice for non-taxable items. Return to the home page and tap the plus button. This time, choose the last option, Sales Invoice Non-Taxable. Once the form appears, you'll notice that the only difference between taxable and non-taxable invoices is the absence of a tax amount column. Additionally, when adding line items, there's no need to enter tax amount or tax rates. All other required information remains the same. We will not go through the entire process again, but if you need a refresher, you can rewind to the Taxable chapter for a detailed step-by-step guide. In previous sections, we covered how to create invoices. Now, let's see how to print and share them with your customers using Miragebooks. To print an existing invoice, start by locating the specific invoice from the entry list. Double-click on it, then click the Command button and select Print Invoice. Miragebooks will generate a professional invoice that fully complies with the UAE tax regulations. If you wish to share the invoice with your client, simply click on the arrow button located at the upper right corner of the invoice. Then, select recipients or messaging tools that you like to use. Do you have sales invoices created before using Miragebooks? No worries. Importing them into Miragebooks is quite straightforward. Simply import a PDF copy of the sales invoice into Miragebooks. Our auto-scan feature will capture the information and create an entry for you. Let me show you how. Go to the home page and click on the camera button. Select Import Scan PDF. Then, click on the file to upload. You will be prompted to choose the transaction type. Click on the drop-down list and select Invoice. Next, the No VAT Deduction toggle. In the UAE, most business expenses are VAT recoverable, so by default, the No VAT Deduction toggle is off in Miragebooks. However, if your invoice is for something that is not VAT recoverable, you need to turn the toggle on by sliding it to the right. If you're not sure about this, reach out to us or read the support materials on our website about this VAT recovery topic. Finally, click on the Save button at the upper right corner. This will take you back to the home page. Refresh the page by sliding it down. You will find a new entry at the top of the entry list, and the PDF file you uploaded will appear in the Imported Files section. We recommend reviewing all entry details for accuracy. If you need to update or correct any columns, refer to the previous chapter on creating taxable invoices for a step-by-step guide. If you have lots of sales invoices to upload to Miragebooks, you can do it all together. Just scan them into one PDF file. Then, follow the same steps we talked about earlier for Import Scanned PDF. Miragebooks will scan each invoice and make separate entries for them. To ensure everything's accurate, check all the entry details. If you need to change or update anything, rewind to the previous chapter on creating taxable invoices for a step-by-step guide. Well done! Now you can create and print your sales invoices. Thanks for watching.